This is Mrs. Wilkoskis in the library. It is May 4th, 2016. And this video is on how I graded your 3D printing project for geometry. And also, you need to watch this. If you want to take issue with the grade that I gave you, I need you to watch this so you can you can find out how I want you to make that known to me, because there's a couple different things I'd like you to do. Okay, so this is pretty much what it looked like. I filled in these numbers here. If you got full credit, it should look something like, let's see, these numbers here. That's the total points here. Boom, boom. You see them right there. Okay, so let me tell you what people typically lost points for. A couple people lost points because they didn't fill out the Google form. When I say a couple, I'm probably mean 2 or 3. Okay, maybe one group forgot. I had a number of groups that forgot to rename their file to the same thing as their SPX email username. So people left it named things like Snicket Migalo, or there was Fantastic Umbrio Fabrius or something like that. Tinkercad names it these fantastical names. However, when I pull it into MakerBot, all it comes with it is the name. It doesn't come with the who owned the file. So then I have to go back and look up that name and who that belonged to. That is why, and we talked about this, that is why I expected you to name the file name. Otherwise, you were making work for me. And I didn't want to do extra work like that. So some people got zeros here because they did not name their file name correctly. Okay, a couple people lost points right in here because they didn't submit STL files. They submitted something different, or if they submitted it late after the deadline. The deadline was Friday. I forget, it was like 10 p.m. or 6 p.m. or something like that. I think I took it anytime on Friday. It was the people who submitted on Saturday and the following Monday. They lost points there in that in this section right here. Okay. I don't think anybody lost points right here, but I had a number that lose points right here. And it was either typically this one right there or this right there. And so basically what this is telling you is your perimeter of the base has to be between 60 millimeters and 400 millimeters. And if it is less than 60 millimeters or greater than 400 millimeters, you're going to lose points. If you're greater than 400 millimeters, I was also going to resize it because it was going to take me, 6 to 8 hours to print, and I'm not printing it. And so that's, if you lost points on there and I had to resize it, you needed to measure your base and your height yourself, the slant height yourself, so that you can know the size of your pyramid or cone, whatever you submitted to me. And then the same thing down here is if you sent me a tall item and it's also had a large base, that again would take me forever to print. So I was going to, and I took off points there. So each of these were 2 points right here. So I circled the section that you missed if you missed anything. Then I had a number of people who did not do either or sometimes both of the videos, tutorials. So if you see that I have a 0 here and you know that you took the tutorials, send me an email and maybe I made a mistake. If you see that I've given you partial credit, okay, and well, here's probably what you need to do for me. If you know that I've graded this part incorrectly, okay, I'm more than happy to entertain that. I could have made a mistake. I had a lot of kids to grade, and these assessments were all over the place. So view the results of your assessment. This is everybody's assessment, so I don't want to pull it up. So when you pull up your assessment, you'll just get your grade. Screenshot it. Don't do it with your phone. When I get a screenshot from a phone, it's tiny and I can't read it. Even when I make it bigger, it becomes so blurry. The resolution's not good enough for me to read, even when I make it big. So if you want me to give you credit for those, send me a screenshot. You can either print them out for me if you want, or send me a screenshot from a computer or a tablet or something like that, and tell me that that I graded your assessments wrong. If you think I added these up incorrectly, just email saying, I added them up incorrectly. It should have been such and such, and I will go back and check. Please make sure you add them up before you assume that I've added them up incorrectly. It's always possible that I did it, but don't make me go back and look through everything if you haven't bothered to look it up. So you'll need to email me your wishes, and then you need to be specific as to what those wishes are. So if it's assessments, right here, if you think I graded this wrong, screenshot your grades and send them to me, and I will fix it if it was my problem. And I think that's it. If you think I graded this part wrong, incorrectly here, then you'll need to go back in and I guess maybe pull it up in Tinkercad and screenshot where you had it correct. Okay? Keeping in mind, don't refix it. I've got all your Google Drives. I'm assuming don't do, if you submit something to me that you just did, I can figure that out because I've got the file that you sent me. And I can look up that in its revision history, and there's a timestamp on everything. So don't be honest. Nobody lost that many points. It's not that big of a deal. But you would want to, if you think I'm wrong here, you want to screenshot the size that you sent me. Just pull it up in Tinkercad, hover over the section, and it'll pull up the dimensions and send me those dimensions. Or come and make an appointment with me, and we can talk about it in the library. Alrighty, let me know if you have any questions. And I'm always here to help.